everyone, welcome back for another video. Today we are going to be talking about xylem and phloem. These are two new words. We've never talked about them, but that's okay because we're going to break it down today and it's going to make a lot more sense by the end of the video. So plants have systems just like humans have systems. We spent a long time learning about body systems. So let's look at a little bit of a compare and contrast between human system and a plant system. So a human vascular system or circulatory system, remember we learned about the circulatory system. So let's look at the parts of the human circulatory system. We have heart, blood, veins, and arteries. So this is the human vascular system. But let's look at a plant vascular system. Now, plants are different than people, so let's look at what's different about this. So our plant vascular system has xylem, and it has something else called phloem. But there's something that these two systems have in common, even though they're different organisms. These are both transportation systems. They both transport things within the organism. So today we're going to be looking at that plant transportation system. So where are xylem and phloem located in the plant? Like I just gave you guys these words, but I haven't told you where you can actually find them in the plant. So think about it. What's your guess? So they are found in the stem. Xylem and phloem are found in the stem. Remember, if you know that the stem's function is to transport water and nutrients, you would have already made that connection. So kudos to you if you already made that connection. But here I am just drawing a flower. This is what it looks like, just regular flower. But then I'm gonna kind of create a zoom type picture where it zooms in on a little section of the stem so that we can kind of look inside the stem and see what our xylem and phloem are gonna kind of look like. So I'm going to go ahead and color it so that you guys will be able to tell the difference between the structures, because when it's in black and white, it's a little bit harder to see. So I'm going to go ahead and make it where you guys can easily see what's going on. So that red section in the middle, that is going to be our xylem. And that little purple dot off to the side, that's going to be our phloem. So we have xylem and we have phloem. That's where they are. Xylem's in the middle, phloem is off to the side. So let's look at the actual functions of xylem and phloem. We know they're transportation systems, but what are they carrying? The xylem carries water up and down the stem. So xylem and phloem are both part of a transportation system, but the xylem carries water. Let's look at phloem now. The phloem carries glucose up. So xylem carries water, phloem carries glucose. Now glucose, that's kind of a different word. We've talked about it briefly, but what does it mean? What does glucose mean? So glucose is sugar. That's it. Glucose is just sugar. Phloem is moving sugar up and down the plant. So how do plants make sugar? Guys, we've talked, you should know how do plants make sugar. Think about it. The big word we talked is the main thing that you guys think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Photosynthesis. It's photosynthesis. That's how plants get sugar, from photosynthesis. If you got that right, yay! That makes me happy. I like it when you guys get the answer right because you're thinking and you're young scientists. So, an example of xylem in the real world that you guys don't really think about actually relates to trees. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by drawing a tree stump on my page. So when you cut a tree, you see all of these rings in the wood. Well, the fun fact is that all of those rings are just old xylem. So when you cut a tree and you see all those rings in the wood, that's actually old xylem that you're seeing. So that's something that you can actually see, and that's pretty cool. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and go Centaurs!